So the question is, what is reinforcement learning really? It's not easy necessarily to answer because we already have deep learning and machine learning, which a lot of you will be familiar with. So what's the difference to reinforcement learning? Well, basically, RL is a technique to make a machine solve a task without supervision. So what that really means is we can give the machine a task and the machine just will learn by itself what to do and successfully perform these tasks and hopefully produce favorable outcomes. So when we usually perform a task, we go through a number of steps during these tasks. So let's say in this typical reinforcement learning example, a machine would like to learn how to play a computer game. The way it works is usually the computer game starts and then we find ourselves in some gaming scenario. And while we are in this scenario, we go from one step in the game to the next. And while we're doing this, the state of the system changes, meaning what we see on the screen changes. So when we play a computer game, there's one thing that is basically us. And another thing is that we have a screen that we look at, which is effectively the state of our system. And based on that, we respond. We make decisions to do something inside this computer game. So, in other words, we act according to what we see. And then, as we step through the steps, several things happening in this computer game, and finally, the game somehow ends, and we end up with a success or failure based on the chain of the decisions that we made. So we may have done a lot of really good steps and actually scored some points, or maybe we have actually not done very good steps and we failed in our game. So we could, for example, as a reward, win a number of points. On the other hand, we get a negative reward where we lose a number of points. So depending on what we've done, it goes one way or the other. Okay,